Hello, YouTube. I'm going to take you behind the scenes today, show you around my house things that are worth it, things that are not worth it if you're looking to save on Black Friday. My house is a mess. I don't know, we just, so this is why I don't do a lot of YouTube videos that are behind the scenes like a real YouTuber. I'll do my best. It is a mess in here, but it's probably the only hour time period that I'm going to have over the next month or so where there's nobody else at home. So let's go. All right, so this is the first thing that I would recommend if you're looking for something lower budget for Christmas gifts. This is my vibration pad. Now I had a really expensive, nice vibration pad and my kids broke it. So I've been using this one for the last month. I absolutely love it. It's like $64 for Black Friday. So I'll put the link. Everything I talk about will be down in the show notes. Show notes. I'm not going to edit this video a lot. And I got this panel from Boncharge. Love it. I'll overlay a little video. Ooh, that's too bright. What I've been doing is standing on the vibration pad and doing my red light therapy at the same time. And this is a Boncharge red light panel. It is very lightweight, just like the vibration pad. So I can move it around, but this has been my setup area because usually there's a child running around, so I can just kind of do vibration, red light. I do that in the morning after I do my sunrise. So vibration pad is like $64 right now for Black Friday. I'll put a link to that in the show notes. This panel from Boncharge is 25% off. It has really low non-native EMF, and I really, really like it a lot. I have a lot of EMR Tech panels, but this was a gift, and I really do like it. So this will be down in the show notes also. This is not the best lighting, but this is my distiller, and it's a mess. It's a mess in here, you guys. Like, oh my gosh. I'm not a very good YouTuber, but hey, this is on sale. We use the distiller really more for making coffee, nebulizers. What else do we use it for? Humidifiers, things like that, and neti pots. So we don't usually drink a ton of distilled water. I'll show you some of our other water stuff. We use the distiller more for making coffee, nebulizers, humidifiers, stuff that you really, really want to have distilled water for. We don't have the holy hydrogen right now. Now that one's on sale. I'm letting my friends Rebecca and Justin Rhodes borrow the holy hydrogen right now because I have the Axiom machine and I really wasn't using it. So I went up to their place a month ago and did their podcast. I don't know if it's out yet, but Justin and Rebecca are borrowing my holy hydrogen. So I really love that. But if you're going to invest in a holy hydrogen machine, then you do want to have a distiller because you only want to use distilled water in the chamber. And we also use the distilled water for our Axiom machines as well, which I'll show you next. So the next thing that I use a lot daily is hydrogen. Axiom is the company that I really love. Now I love holy hydrogen also. As I just mentioned, Justin and Rebecca are using my holy hydrogen right now and inhaling and drinking the water. But we weren't using it because we've got this guy, which I'll show you. We use hydrogen daily. So we are drinking the water. What I do is I have this container from Alive Water. This is the diffusion rod, which attaches to the front of the machine here, right? Turn that on and you make water. Now, we also, oh, this is awkward. We also inhale on the machine. So you hook the inhalation cannula up to these tubes. We do that daily. We all have our own cannula that we inhale from. So everybody has their own cannula. Keeping this guy clean, you want to only use distilled water in the machine. So we were buying deuterium depleted water. It just got to be way too expensive. If you want to do that, you can go to Light Water, and my code there is Sarah K. I'll put a link in the description. I don't think they're doing a Black Friday, but we were doing that because it's like quadruple distilled water. I just use my own distilled water. The machine has been holding up really well, but you have to put distilled water in the machine and then whatever you bubble with. So this water right here that we bubble is from our Spring Aqua machine, which I'll show you even though our sink is a mess. Spring Aqua, splash of Quinton minerals. Just put this thing on, bubble it up. I'll show you a little demo. I'll try to overlay it. The water stays good, like it keeps the gas in the water for 24 hours when you do that. As long as you don't heat it, as long as you don't shake it, the gas stays stable in that water for 24 hours. Now with the holy hydrogen, it stays stable if you pour it into a bottle of water for about 6 hours. I've measured. I have another video where I measure all this stuff. So I love the Axiom. The flow rate on this one is 600. So it's very therapeutic for inhalation. There's another holy hydrogen that's a HW 300. The flow rate is about a 300. Well, it is a 300. So it's less time that you have to sit on this thing. And I have a daughter with non-speaking autism, so sometimes getting her to sit on a machine is really hard, depending on the day. I usually keep her on here 30 minutes to an hour a day, 30 minutes minimum every single day. Myself, I do about an hour a day. Now, if you have the 300, then you want to do a little bit longer. And with a holy hydrogen, the flow rate is only 100. So you can just see 100 is the flow rate with the holy hydrogen, 300 with the HW 300, which is very therapeutic and great. And if you're just a single person by yourself or a couple, 1 or 2 people, 300 is going to do great. 600 is more therapeutic and better if you have a family, a lot of people using the machine, because it's less time that you really need to sit on that machine. And just to review, distilled water goes in the machine, but what you can actually bubble and drink, you can use spring water. That's what we use with our Spring Aqua. All right, now I'm going to show you the hydrogen water bottle and our Spring Aqua machine. All right, so this is the hydrogen water bottle from Axiom. I'm a big fan of this. I took it with me traveling. It's more so if you're going to travel or if you just really want therapeutic grade hydrogen, right, without buying a big machine, if the big machine's not in the budget. These make 9 ppm with the water, and they're just really nice. And they have inhalation capability. So up here, you can take this guy off and you can attach a cannula and inhale. Now, the flow rate for inhalation is 69. So it's less than the holy hydrogen. I have had quite a few people tell me, though, that they have seen really good health benefits inhaling with the water bottle. It has UV filter. You can do a 3-minute cycle or a 9-minute cycle. The 20-minute cycle is where you make the 9 ppm. It makes 3 ppm on the 3-minute cycle. Now this has medical grade membranes, so not crappy membranes that a lot of water bottles have and they break. I'm also going to show you my tester really quickly because that's something that a lot of people don't understand with hydrogen. You can buy a machine, but how long does it actually hold the hydrogen? Is it still making hydrogen, or are you just getting some alkaline, crappy water with no hydrogen in it? So you always want to test. I test my machine periodically. This one, the holy hydrogen, I test the Axiom as well, just to make sure it's still making therapeutic grade hydrogen water. Because again, people can say whatever they want. And this company, Axiom, very responsive. I have been recommending them to customers for 2 years now. Love the company. Great products, very high quality, and every time I test with the tester. All right, so this is the tester it actually comes with the Axiom machine. I made this water last night, just for your reference, and anything above a 1.0 is therapeutic. So it's coming out at about a 1.78, 1.79, probably because it was done last night. Typically, if you do it fresh, it goes to about a 2.0, but again, anything above a 1.0 is therapeutic. And again, these testers come with the Axiom, so they're really just handy to have. You can buy them off the Axiom website. If you have a hydrogen machine and you want to make sure that it's still actually making therapeutic hydrogen, it's helpful to know. This is my Spring Aqua machine. It's got hydrogen, mineralized water right out of the tablet. And I meant to say faucet, but I'm not going to refilm that. And I will go ahead and test it for you. Let me grab my tester. So just to test it, get that out of the way. This is making 1.9 ppm water out of the faucet, not the tablet, the faucet. And what we really do, it stays in the water for probably about 6 hours, again, like the holy hydrogen. But what we really do is we end up filling up these, they're from pure water, that's where we get our distiller. And then we go over here, put those into the alive water, bubble it with the Axiom, just because the water stays good in that Axiom. Sorry, my house is a mess. It stays good in the Axiom for 24 hours. So again, with this, that was a zoom out too far. This stays good for about 6 hours. So it's good just if you want hydrogen water right out of the tap. But we like it to make a whole bunch at once and just keep it. So that's our method for the madness. So you really technically, if you only wanted hydrogen water, the Spring Aqua is a really great option. It's mineralized, it's purified. So we've had ours since 2023, the end of 2023. So going on almost 3 years that we've had ours now. We're going into our 3rd year, and I've been really happy with it. I'll put the link in the show notes. I don't think it's on sale for Black Friday, but that's just kind of what we use as the base of all of our drinking water is the Spring Aqua, and it does make hydrogen water right out of the faucet. And there's a lot of structuring devices out there which are really fun, right? I've done Petri dish experiments and just looked at structuring using intention, using heart space, and I just feel like you don't necessarily need to buy really expensive structuring machines. That's just me. They're fun, they're cool. And I hate to tell people to go buy more stuff, but the Analemma wand is on Black Friday sale. I still use this. This was kind of my gateway into using intention to structure, but it's just kind of a fun little thing to have. I do buy the wooden case one because my kids break things. That's why I have that $64 vibration plate. I paid $99 for that vibration plate, by the way. But I don't buy super expensive stuff. I want to buy quality stuff, but I don't go super high end with some of the things that I buy just because my kids break them. So, all right, welcome to my bedroom. I'm going to show you a few things that are on Black Friday sale that I love. They are a little more pricey, but I love them. So first thing, if you can see behind me over there, is the Jasper Air Purifier. The Air Doctor is great too. I have Air Doctors, but this guy picks up a lot of heavy duty when the Air Doctors just kind of sit there. So I've got another Jasper downstairs, and I have an Air Doctor in my kitchen. When I'm cooking, and cooking can be a very toxic source of air, believe it or not. I didn't know this until I started studying this stuff. The Air Doctor just kind of sits there. Jasper starts going off. Then about 5 or 6 minutes later, the Air Doctor will finally pick up and go. But I have found that, number one, the Jaspers, you replace the filters like once a year. Air Doctors, I feel like I'm replacing filters every couple of months. And so it's a lot more expensive in the long term for the Air Doctors. They work. They're great. I'll put a link in the show notes for those also. They're also on Black Friday. But I feel like I'm always replacing filters, and the quality of what the Jasper picks up is a bit better than what the Air Doctors pick up. So that will be down in the show notes. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Welcome to my beside the bed setup. It's messy over here. We've got saline spray, all the things. But this is the guy I want to show you. I am obsessed with this lamp. Now, it was a gift from Brian at Sauna Space, so I did not buy this. But I do love it. It is a fantastic evening lighting. Some people use it as red light therapy. I just use it as a bedside lamp. 25% off right now for Black Friday. Biomat, 15% off, I think, for Black Friday. I bought this for myself last year on Black Friday because my chiropractor had one in their office, and I would go and get adjusted and just lay on this thing forever. I loved it. So they are very pricey, but it's a very lovely source of far infrared light, which is so good for your body, especially in the winter when you're just kind of under more stress, you're exposed to less infrared light. And so it's kind of like a sauna, like the step before a sauna, and a really beautiful way to get some far infrared. I'll link this. It has a cover. I'll link the mat and the cover. It's got amethyst. Go to the website if you want to learn more. I'm a bad salesperson for Biomat. I just love it. It's a treat to lay on this thing every night. I usually just lay on it before bed every night, and it's my favorite. All right, before I take you down into my she shed, we're gonna go through my bathroom. Now, this is something I use like every day. every day, especially in the winter time, really. I don't really use it as much in the summer, but this organic castor oil, I kind of use it as a lotion. I know that's not very conventional. This is something I use pretty regularly as a source of infrared in the winter before bed, in my bath. So the bath is the infrared, but this is a great way to get magnesium in. Love this stuff. This, I have switched away from the crunchy hydroxyapatite toothpaste. I will have a podcast coming out in a couple weeks that talks a little bit more about that with Dr. Ellie Phillips. So I've been using this Live Fresh. I feel like it gets my teeth so much more clean than the other crunchy natural stuff. And it doesn't leave a weird like film on my teeth. So I love this stuff. It's, as you can see, it's been used. I just ordered a bunch more because it's on Black Friday. It's like 37% off. I think it's 57% off, but I'm obsessed with this toothpaste. I'm not going to go back to the hydroxyapatite toothpaste anymore after what I've learned. Podcast will be out in a couple weeks with Dr. Ellie Phillips. So if you're interested in that whole thing, wait till that comes out. She's not even really a huge fan of this. She has her own system, but this is what I've been using, and it's a lot better on my teeth. OneSkin is having a huge sale. I've been using their hair serum since, I want to say since July, since I went to my hairdresser and she said my hair was thinning. And this has really, really helped my hair a lot, like a lot. I can see a noticeable difference in thickness. I do need a haircut right now, but I was starting to get some just perimenopause hair thinning. Happens, right? When your estrogen levels start to decline a little bit, you can start losing hair. So this has been phenomenal. I feel like my hair has definitely thickened up. My hairdresser had a noticeable difference the last time I went to see her. And yeah, so this is going to be on sale also. This will be down in the show notes, the hair serum. And then I have a facial bundle. This is also something I'm really loving, is their face cream, a face peptide for anti-aging, because yes, I am 46 years old and I am definitely starting to notice more fine lines and wrinkles, which, you know what, fine. I'm getting older and I'm not going to freak out about it and do facelift or Botox or any of that stuff. If you do, no hate, but I really love this stuff, and I have definitely noticed a difference in the look of my skin, less fine lines, less wrinkles, and so I'm just going to keep using it. This is on sale. They have a little evening bundle, and they have a lip mask, because the other fun thing about being in your mid-40s is you start to get like little wrinkles around your lips. So this lip mask is specifically for that, and I have been using it. Definitely notice a difference, because that was another thing I started noticing this year. Good times, getting older. I mean, you can't stop it. It's going to happen, right? But I really like the OneSkin products. I have a whole podcast with them, and I'll link that in the show notes as well. If you want to understand the science behind this stuff, it's good stuff. So also on Black Friday, that will be down in the show notes. I have a OneSkin body lotion, but it started just got to be expensive. I may switch back to it, but I right now use Sun and Moo on my body. That will be, it's a camera angle weird. That will be on Black Friday. And their beautiful serum also, because my skin has been a lot more dry this year as well. Hello, turning 46. So this is really helpful for moisturizing. And I use their beef tallow lotion on my body. Again, I was using the OneSkin body lotion because they sent it to me. I thought it was fabulous, but it was too expensive for me to just continually be ordering it all the time. So if I start using it again, I'll let you know. But these are the things I kind of use just on my body to keep my skin nice and hydrated, in addition to that castor oil that I use after the bath at night. Welcome to the She Shed. I've got behind me my Sunlighten Amplify 3. Now, I got this in 2022, right after my son was born, as a present to myself. And I've been using it ever since. I really love it. I also, if you're someone I had to have someone come build this. So I'm going to be honest with you. Someone has to build this. Someone has to put it together. In the winter, it needs to be in an insulated space. So this is my little house. It is insulated. I had to pay to have it insulated. And it will take a little bit longer to heat up in the winter. If you're looking for something that doesn't need to be built, that doesn't take up as much space, that doesn't need to be in an insulated place. It can be like in a cold garage, right? If this was in a cold garage, it would take at least an hour to heat up. I'll tell you that much. In here, in the winter, in Georgia, right? 20 minutes or so to heat up for me to get in there, sometimes 30, right? If I didn't have the luxury of an insulated place or someone to come build it, I would go with the sauna space sauna because it's more of a tent and it heats up super, super quickly. You can use my code Sarah K over there to get 25% off of that one. I love this one. This is an infrared sauna. It's amazing. I also have a Morosco Forge cold plunge that I love. I don't have a code or anything for that guy, but I bought that one for myself also. They have newer, nicer models now, but I bought that in 2022 for myself. We also have a little baby air doctor in here. Just because you want to, if you have a sauna, if you have a room where you're keeping sauna and sweating, you want to have, we have a dehumidifier over here. I don't have a code or anything for that. Yep. Sorry, this is such a spastic video. We have a little space heater, dehumidifier, air purifier, just because if you are going to have a sauna in a closed space, you want to make sure, and we keep the sauna door open when we're done using it, usually wide open. That's the rule with me and my husband. When you're done using the sauna, open the door, get the air doctor next to it, keep the dehumidifier going. You want to keep it clean and ventilated in the room you have the sauna in. So this is really key for hydrogen machines. You need to keep your tubes clean. So we keep, and my daughter's nebulizer also, my son's nebulizer, we keep everything in UV sterilizer. I'll link this in the show notes also. This is key if you're going to get a hydrogen machine because you want to keep your tubes clean. You want to keep those cannulas clean because it's a piece of equipment that you're using to breathe. Also, I'll show you just for fun. This is our Jasper that we keep in here. And I'm going to show you the, sorry, it's a mess in my house, proximity, just so you get an idea to where we cook. I do keep a little EMR Tech light on in my house because I keep a little source of infrared going all the time. But this is my stove, right? So the Jasper was in there. Let's walk over here. I'm not going to show you everything because my house is a mess. And this is our air doctor. There's my dog Petal. Say hello. This is the air doctor. So you can see the proximity of the big air doctor, 5500, to my stove, right? And then the Jasper is all the way over there. So I can be cooking in here and that Jasper will go off way before this air doctor goes off. And if you have kids, your patio might look like this. I wanted to show you the daylight computer for kids. Now, as you can see, there's no blue light. My neighbor's dog really wants to be in the video. And you can download all of the regular apps that are typically in an iPad. Can't really see it. I guess you can see it really well out here in the sun. So we've got all these great apps and it's very, very low EMF. It's got a lot of great parental controls on it. My daughter really loves this. She actually has preferred it over the iPad with the red screen. Since we got it, she always wants it and I'm kind of like always watching it. But as you can see, you can download all the regular apps. You can even download YouTube to it if you have a YouTube kid. But the parental controls are much better. There's very, very low blue light, as you can see, very low non-native EMF. It's got a really nice durable case. You can see it outdoors. And I'm a huge fan of this. So if you have kids or grandkids and you want something nice for them, a device, they have to use technology, highly recommend the Daylight Kids. And it is on Black Friday. Code Sarah Kleiner gets you $75 off. All right, so I hope this was helpful. I showed you my messy house, all the things. I do have a gift guide I'll drop in the show notes as well that has more stuff in there because brands keep on emailing me. There's more deals. If you want a good deal on blue blockers, Viva Rays, and Raw Optics both have good deals right now. I keep on adding more and more Amazon links. There's a silk pillowcase that I love, cooking set that I love. There's a whole bunch of stuff I really like. I'll keep on adding to that gift guide. But these are the big things. If I was going to invest on Black Friday, hydrogen is something that I recommend. I love the hydrogen. I will do more videos about that, but we inhale it daily, we drink it daily, and I keep the tubes clean with that UV sterilizer. And purified water, very important, especially living in the city here in Atlanta. I think it's paramount. So the Spring Aqua does that. It purifies it, keeps the water clean. Distiller to go in the hydrogen machine. If I was on a budget and I just wanted to purify my water, I would look at the Wellness Enterprise. I'll put that down in the show notes as well. They have a great water pitcher. I send it to school with my daughter. So they have extra water there. I do send big bottled water, hydrogen water with minerals in it for her to school. But they have the water pitcher in case that she runs out of the water during the day. So that's a good place if you are not in a place to spend a lot of money on a hydrogen budget. And, with the sauna, I love my sauna, absolutely love it. There's some interesting evidence that shows a hot bath is just as therapeutic as a sauna in some regards. Dr. Robert Seaholt had a great video on his YouTube channel just recently about that. So again, look at a nice warm bath, a magnesium bath, and some castor oil, and those things kind of being nice and luxurious for you over the holidays as something that you do to treat yourself. So I hope this video was helpful. If you guys liked it, I'll do more like this, but I'll talk to you again soon. Have a great holiday. Happy Thanksgiving.